In this lesson, we'll take a bird's eye look at Android. And since this is a course about application development, we'll view it from a developer's perspective. Let's first look at the devices that will run your apps. They represent your customer base, and the stats are impressive. As of 2012, there are over 500 million active devices. There are over 1.3 million activations per day, and over 1,800 different device brands and models. And Android has just over 75% of the mobile market share. Android has a website with a nice web page where you can see the listing of these devices. So click on this link down here, and here we see the list. It's quite extensive, so I won't try to go through the whole thing. You can view the devices by country. Not all countries support all devices. By manufacturer, let's pick Samsung, and by operator. You can also view just phones or just tablets, and you can look by Android version. I'm going to clear the comparison over here. Let's pick the Galaxy Nexus 4G, happens to be the phone I use. Compare it with the Galaxy S3 and the Galaxy S2. We click on Compare, and you get a nice side-by-side comparison, feature by feature. Now let's look at the country support for Android. Android has a high level of global support. More than 135 different nations are supported as of 2012. 50 different languages are supported. And there's a set of localization tools for supporting countries that we'll look at in future lessons. We can see the details of this support by clicking the link here. And you can see that it's an extensive list. Now let's look at the network of developers around the world. As of 2012, there are over 300,000 developers. There's a large number of job opportunities. In fact, as I mentioned previously, there's a shortage of developers in many markets. And on the Android market, there's no app publishing manual review. In other words, when you submit your finished app for publishing on Google Play, no one manually reviews it. The fact that there's no app manual review by Google during publishing means that immediately after you've uploaded your app to the Google Play Store, your app is available to hundreds of millions of Android devices and users around the world. Google trusts you to follow their rules and relies on app user reviews on Google Play to monitor app quality. This is a big motivator for developers to create quality apps. And you can see a detailed list of country support of developers by clicking this link here. This web page shows the details of developer support around the world, and as you can see, it's a comprehensive list. To whet your appetite a bit further, here's the Google Play Developer Console for an Android application. Since this is the developer's console, I can only look at my own applications. So this is one of my quick-click ATM apps for locating ATM machines. We'll be going over the developer console in detail in a later lesson. Right now, I just want you to see one of the most exciting aspects of Android app development, following the growth of your apps in the global Android marketplace. Many apps will start to see downloads almost immediately after they're uploaded to Google Play. Then the fun begins, watching people around the world try your app. Our quick-click apps are used in dozens of countries on tens of thousands of Android devices. Apps that hit it big can reach hundreds of thousands or even millions of users. Remember, you have a potential audience of over 500 million devices. If you can reach only 1% of them, that's 5 million users. Now let's take a look at some of the details available on a developer console. You can look at different time intervals. So what we see here is growth over a month. I'm going to change that to 3 months. We can see active device installed. We can see daily device installs, daily device uninstalls, and so forth. We can come down here, and right now we're looking at Android versions. So you see the green line here is Android version 2.3.3 through 2.3.7. The blue line, Android version 4, Android version 2.2. So we can add lines to see more versions. So this tells you which versions of Android the app is running on. And right now on the ATM app, the most used version is 2.3.3 through 2.3.7. And we can also look by device. So the three that we're checking on the graph at the moment is Samsung Galaxy S2, the Note, and S3. We can check by country. So let me click a few more of these. It's always fun. The largest number of users for the ATM app is in the United States, followed by India, followed by Thailand, and so forth. And we can check by language and by app version. This is the version of the application, not the version of Android, and by carrier. So once your app is out there, it's lots of fun to track how it's doing, check it over time, but be careful, it can get addictive. So I hope this overview has given you a good glimpse of the tremendous opportunities for Android developers and your Android applications.